Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Debugging Python code in Visual Studio Code, vscode, is a straightforward process thanks to its built-in debugging tools. Below is a step-by-step tutorial that covers how to set up your environment for debugging and provides a code example to illustrate the debugging process. Step 1. Install Visual Studio Code. 1. Download and install Visual Studio Code from the official website, https://code.visualstudio.com. 2. Make sure you have Python installed on your machine. You can download it from the official Python website, https://www.python.org/downloads. Step 2. Install Python extension for vscode. 1. Open Visual Studio Code. 2. Go to the extensions view by clicking on the extensions icon in the activity bar on the side of the window or by pressing Ctrl+Shift+X. 3. Search for Python and install the extension provided by Microsoft. This extension provides rich support for Python, including debugging. Step 3. Open or create a Python project. 1. Open a folder containing your Python files or create a new Python file, example.py. 2. Write or paste some Python code that you would like to debug. Here's an example of a simple function that has a bug. Python def divide underscore numbers, a, b. Return a/b. Test the function. Result equals divide underscore numbers, 10, 0, this will cause a 0 division error. Print, f, the result is, result. Step 4, configure the debugger. 1. Click on the Run and Debug icon in the activity bar or press Ctrl+Shift+D. 2. If this is your first time setting up the debugger, you may see a prompt to create a launch configuration. Click on Create a launch.json file and select Python file from the options. 3. A launch.json file will be created in a .vscode folder in your workspace with default configurations. You can customize it if necessary, but the default settings are often sufficient for basic debugging. Step 5. Set breakpoints. 1. To set a breakpoint, click on the left margin next to the line number where you want the execution to pause. A red dot will appear, indicating the breakpoint. 2. For example, you can set a breakpoint at the line where the divide underscore numbers function is called. Step 6. Start debugging. 1. With the breakpoint set, start the debugging session by clicking the green play button in the Run and Debug view or by pressing F5. 2. The debugger will start, and execution will pause at your breakpoint. 3. You can now inspect variable values, step through code, and evaluate expressions. Step 7. Use debugging features. Step over, F10, execute the next line of code but don't step into functions. Step into, F11, step into a function to debug its execution. Step out, Shift plus F11, step out of the current function. Continue, F5, resume execution until the next breakpoint is hit. Variables pane, view the state of variables in the variables pane. Watch expressions, add expressions to the watch pane to evaluate them at each step. Debug console, use the debug console to run commands and inspect variables. Step 8, fix the bug. Once you identify the issue, in this case, dividing by 0, you can modify the code to handle the error gracefully. Here's an updated version of the code. Python def divide underscore numbers, a, b. Try. Return a/b. Accept 0 division error. Return error, cannot divide by 0. Test the function. Result equals divide underscore numbers, 10, 0. Print, F. The result is, result. Step 9, rerun the debugger. 1. After making changes to your code, you can rerun the debugger to verify that the issue has been resolved. 2. Press F5 to start a new debugging session with the modified code. Conclusion. Debugging in Visual Studio Code is an efficient way to identify and fix issues in your Python code. By using breakpoints, stepping through code, and inspecting variables, you can gain insight into your program's behavior and resolve errors. Experiment with the debugging features to become more familiar with the process and improve your coding skills.